Dividing rational expressions. Let's divide these two expressions. Now what you have to remember here is you have two fractions. They're complicated fractions with variables in them, but they are still fractions. So when you divide a fraction, you take the second one, you flip it, you find the reciprocal, and then you turn it into a multiplying question. So this question really becomes, now I'm not going to change the first part at all, x squared minus x over 10x plus 8. The second part I am going to change it over to multiplying sign, and I take what was on the bottom, which is 5x squared plus 4x. I put it on the top, and I take what was on the top, and I put it on the bottom. X minus 1 squared. Now I can treat this as a regular multiplying question. Now when I'm doing a multiplying question, I factor it all out as much as possible. Then I cancel what I can, anything off the top and the bottom. And then I multiply. Do it as simple as possible. So let's start factoring. Doing the left-hand side first. I look there, and I realize out of x squared minus x, I can take an x out of both of those. So I have x times, x comes out x squared, leaving an x. X comes out of minus x, leaving a minus 1. On the bottom, I can factor a 2 out of everything, leaving me a 5x plus 4 times. Let's look at the right-hand side now. Okay, on the top, I can take an x out of everything, leaving me with a 5x plus 4. And on the bottom, let's just spread that out. X minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay. If you're finding restrictions on the variables, which you should be, this is the stage where you should be doing it. Pull it out of here because I've factored everything out as much as possible, but I haven't canceled anything out. But that's another video. This is what you should be doing it. Let's start canceling stuff out. Pulling out my handy dandy green marker. There's actually not a whole lot I can cancel on this one. I notice I can cancel. I've got a 5x plus 4 on the top and the bottom, so I'm going to cancel those two out. And there isn't really anything else. So, writing down what I've got left. Let's just give myself some room. Writing down what I have left on the top. Oh, wait a minute, I can cancel something out. I got an x minus 1 here on the top, and I can take one of the x minus 1s off the bottom. Not both, because I've only got one on the top, so I can only take one off the bottom. Let's write down what we've got left. On the left-hand side, I've got an x on the top, and I've got a 2 on the bottom. On the right-hand side, I've got an x on the top and an x minus 1 on the bottom. Now the time comes to multiply those out. I'm going to do x times x, top times top, and then bottom times bottom. So that's going to be 2 times x and then 2 times minus 1. That ends up being x times x is x squared. On the bottom, it ends up being 2 times x is 2x minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. So my answer is x squared over 2x minus 2. And that is my end answer. And as far as any restrictions, I just did this quickly. X cannot equal negative 4/5 and x cannot equal 1. See my other video on figuring out what your restrictions are if you're not sure how I got those numbers. Thank you.